it's me again, and I now have a house and bangs. But enough of that for now, because I have a really big, like, ridiculously big haul to get to. So let's just get right into it. First of all, I discovered Book Outlet, and I kind of went a little crazy. So let's go through those books real quick. I got Summer Days and Summer Nights, edited by Stephanie Perkins, 12 love stories, summer themed. I got the, I want to say it was My True Love Gave to Me, which was a Christmassy version of this, and I read that during Christmas and I loved it, so I needed to get the summer one. Next I have Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I have actually been wanting to get this book for a while. I heard a couple of people on YouTube say it was really good, and I was like, yes, I'll get that. I also got a bunch of thriller mystery type books in this haul. I've been trying to get more into that genre, so I picked out a bunch. 2 are YA. I don't think I have them in order. Oh, I do. One being The Body in the Woods by April Henry, and the other YA one was Bone Gap by Laura Ruby. I want to say this is a newer one. I think it was in some book subscription. There you are, copyright page. Yeah, kind of newer. To me, time is a little relative in my mind, so to me, newer is 2015. I have The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I'm sure you probably heard about this book, heard about the movie adaptation. Next, I have You by Carolyn Kepnes. I'm sorry about butchering your name. It's about a stalker, so I'm expecting it to be properly creepy. Next, I have In a Dark, Dark Wood and The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. I did not buy The Woman in Cabin 10, but if I end up liking these, then I will definitely get that. Lastly, from Book Outlet, I got The Perfect Stranger and All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. I've actually already read this one, and it gave me a lot better impression of the genre than the 3 books that I had read before, which were super predictable and kind of cringy. Next, I bought The Dream Thieves and Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Megan Stiefvater from, of course, The Raven Cycle, because I had the first book and I had the last book, but I didn't have the 2 in the middle. Also from Amazon, I bought Living with an Open Heart by my own friend, actually. She goes by S.J. Roy here. Her name's Sam. I've known her for, going on 8 years, I want to say. She's a super, super sweet person. This is a book that she published herself. And you can still get it on Amazon, by the way. And it's a book of poetry and inner reflections. And it's got these images in here as you go along that are really cool. Speaking of poetry, I also bought The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one. I got the Target version because I saw that it existed. And I'm like, yes, I want a mostly red cover, please. And then I also got Dodie's book, Secrets for the Mad. We are only about halfway through, so bear with me. I also bought American Panda, which I've read already this month. I was in Target the other day, and they had on sale the collector's edition of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I lost my self-control. I also picked up Arusha and the End of Time. I bought The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. Honestly, only me know that it's about witches, and it's got a pretty cover, so I said yes. Oh, I haven't even looked at it naked, by the way. Is there anything? Ooh, yes. I don't know why I didn't look at it naked before, but yes, I am here for that. That's beautiful. Of course, I had to get The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. I've been hearing so much about this. It sounds right up my alley. And then I bought Ocidio, even though I haven't read the second book yet. Yeah! It's packed somewhere. Most of my books are in boxes right now, which is why we are not in my new office library yet. And that is actually my excuse for buying so many books lately, because most of my already owned books are packed away in boxes, so if I want to read, I have to get books that aren't in those boxes, so I have to get new ones. That's how I justified it to myself anyways. My parents visited last week, and at one point we had to go to Target because there were some foods that my mom wanted, and she asked me, hey, do you have any books at home that your dad might like reading, because he didn't bring any books with him. And I thought, well, most of my books are packed away, so I used it as an excuse to buy a few books, including The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which I thought for sure if any of the books I bought were going to interest my dad. One that took place during World War II? Yeah, World War II in occupied France was going to interest him, but he declined. Also, as soon as I saw it, I picked up this copy of Life and Death by Stephenie Meyer, because I have it on my Kindle, but I needed the physical. And I've been doing yet another Twilight reread. I wish I knew how many times I have read it. I have no shame. None. I don't care. And of course, I bought Children of Blood and Bone. It's fantasy. Of course I did, right? I also have a couple of books here from book subscriptions. First, we've got Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I read the first book that she put out last year, Daughter of the Burning City, and really enjoyed her writing style and enjoyed how she was able to put a twist in, because I didn't see it coming. Maybe other people did. I'm that kind of person that doesn't see a lot of things coming. But anyways, this is one of my most anticipated releases for this year. I also got Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek. This was from the Bookie Box this month, and I actually hadn't heard about this book before, but reading the description and just finding out that it's based on, first of all, Norse mythology, and then also Celtic mythology, like those two things combined, like, yes, I'm here for this. Like, I've read a couple things based on Norse mythology before, but I have not had a chance to read anything based on Celtic mythology before, and I'm really excited because that's actually a big part of my heritage. When I was at Barnes & Noble the other day, I finally found it, the paperback version of Winter. I've been waiting and waiting to read this one because all my other books in the series are in paperback. And it did come out in paperback, but guess who didn't stock it in paperback? Barnes of freaking Noble. Also Target. But they finally have it, so I can finally finish this series. And now for the last actual book that I bought this month, Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Then I'll hate it. I keep hearing Haley from Haley in Bookland talk about this one, and it just sounded really interesting. It happened to be there in Barnes & Noble. I was in Barnes & Noble. We ended up at the register together. I also got a few other items while I was at Barnes & Noble that I will just go over real quickly. I bought the one of the bullet journal versions of Leuchtturm 1917 because my current bullet journal is getting close to the end. I also bought me one of these fancy lap desk things with a clipboard thing and a handle and a couple of little pen things because sometimes I don't feel like holding up my book when I've been reading it for hours at a time. And also for use with my for use with my bullet journal because I have to do that on the couch right now. I bought the newest issue of the Magnolia Journal, as you do. And then lastly, because I didn't already have enough tote bags, I bought this tote bag that says, "I like big books and I cannot lie," which is absolutely true, and it's also the biggest tote bag that I have so far. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's haul, and hopefully I will be around making videos more frequently because I have the time. Also, you're being watched.